Well, Land Cruiser gang, winter is officially here. It's 5 degrees outside, it's about 12 in the garage, so I've got my hat on, but I got to take off my height sensor because it's been malfunctioning. I'm going to take it off and then come back in here and basically dismantle it and see if I can figure out what's caused the problem. To the car. Here we are, still on suspension issues. Beginning to wonder if I'll ever have anything else on this car. You maybe saw in the previous video the hydraulic, the AHC level sensor was throwing an error. So I've just unbolted the 212 mils there. I had to use my induction heater because it was totally jammed. I was using a 6-pointed impact socket on it to make sure it didn't slip, but it just wasn't budging, so I thought I would use Big Dave's induction heater. So 212 mils on the bottom and then a little 10 mil on that arm, and it came off pretty easily with a little bit of heat. But if you look at the thing, it's pretty disgusting. So I'm just gonna cut off the little cable clips and get it into the garage for a closer look. So two of my favourite tools have become that induction heater and this reciprocating saw. Life is just better when you have items like that lying around. The induction heater, I didn't even have to make it particularly hot, certainly not red hot. I just ran it until some steam came off, and then that allowed me to remove the thing. Now here is the thing, and I'm sure you will all agree, it is in a fairly disgusting condition. So I took the 10mm bolt off here, and the 212s from underneath. Those 212s have survived, but I do have an entire box in the background here of random Toyota bolts. Pot luck, I can just have a rummage around and find a 12mm bolt in there. So I'll find a couple of better ones to put in. My plan here is to dismantle this a little bit, yuck, and see if there's any damage to the electrical contacts inside. I checked the Toyota service manual and apparently you can read the voltage, so you apply a set of AA batteries for 4.5 volts and you can measure the voltage in the up and down position and see if this is defective. But for me, let's get to pulling this apart. This is rank. I might need gloves. Right, I've got my lukewarm hot chocolate, and I have my pretty grim looking height sensor. I've already resigned myself here to requiring another one, but I thought I might as well have a look inside. This, I mean, this has got to be factory original. This is looking ancient. So no problems on the connectors inside there. Everything looks hunky-dory, no corrosion there, and the same on the inside, no evidence of corrosion there. Let's open up the box, although, I wonder if those will even open. Okay. That's a set of JIC screwdrivers, which have a slightly different tip on them. I don't know what JIC stands for, but it's a particularly Japanese type of screwdriver that has served me well when working on these, because it looks like they're Phillips head, but I'm pretty sure there's something different. But these have worked very well for me. Now inside here I'm expecting to see 3 metal traces, and there's a contactor which winds round in a circle to deliver a voltage. Here we go. So on the inside we've got some, I can see the traces. There's no damage on the traces. Is that water though? They're just on the middle one. That little water ring there. Let's get a little clothy. Yes, that was wet. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's gubbed. It's quite tricky to focus here, but I would suggest that we've had a bit of water ingress there. Well, what do we notice about those springs? Those look very, very rusty indeed. I think I'm really challenging my camera's ability to focus. But yeah, that is very rusty. I think she has reached the end of the line. What I thought I was going to get was maybe just some contacts that I could clean up. Oh, well, it's actually tiny when you look at the size of my thumb compared to it. I thought I was going to have electrical contacts to clean, but that spring at the back is so corroded. Let's pop that out and have a look at it. Yeah, that's buggered. Well, my contact traces were wet when I opened it. The spring is corroded and full of water. And that has definitely outlived its purpose. She dead. Can't fix that. That's more than a cleaning job. So that's the backs of the springs, not in healthy condition, and the springs themselves have reached the end of their life. So it's time for a new sensor then. Well, fortunately that didn't take too long to diagnose, but I'm just gonna say that that thing is gubbed. That's reached the end of its life. But just so you can see how it operates, the internal plate there has some contact traces on it, and when you rotate the, oh sorry about the shadows, when you rotate the lever, the inside rotates against those contact traces and gives a different resistance. This one, however, is probably giving a preposterous resistance. It's not burnt or anything, it's just corroded. There's actual rust particles inside there, and unfortunately in my removal that spring has become deformed, so I won't be able to reform that in place. Because that is the spring, which each of the springs sits on a contact like that, but it's so rusty that it's no longer conducting. So, water ingress. It served 22 years of service. God bless her and all who sailed in her. The loom plug looks perfectly okay, so I'll be able to salvage that. I didn't break anything when I took it off. I just, used the clip carefully. Although, that didn't look factory. Little wrapped up bit. Anyway, I'll keep that loom plug. I'm going to have to replace this sensor. I'm not going to buy the 300 odd pound Toyota one. I'm going to get the aftermarket one, which is about 80 pounds. I'll see how I get on there. Or maybe I'll buy a used one. I could buy a used one off eBay, open it up and see what the condition is like, and if it's gubbed, send it back, and then buy an aftermarket one. The one thing I'm definitely not going to do, unless I'm forced to, is buy the Toyota one. It's just too expensive. So anyway, that's what's inside an AHC height sensor. That's what's wrong with mine, water ingress. That's exactly what I thought it would be. I'm not going to remove the driver's side one. I'm not going to mess with it. I'll just stick with this one. I'll get a replacement ordered and I'll let you know if that fixes my problem. So I hope that was useful. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, make good decisions, and I will see you in another video. Bye-bye.